Hey folks, it's Radical Cooking with Papa Neil and Lucy the Pup. And we want to apologize for yesterday with the Arepa program. We didn't have our camera person and things went a little bit erratic. But we did it, but it took 3 parts. I'm really sorry. We're going to do pizza in 1 part. And so I got everything ready. It's going to go really smooth. And we're going to have some folks over to eat it later. And I'll show you, we're going to have them taste test it to see if it's okay. Okay, Lucy, now you get down here and see if there's any crumbs, okay? Stop licking. Not yet. Okay, the thing about pizza, the reason I'm doing this program is that you go out to buy a pizza, it costs $10, but you can make it for $1 or less. Think about it. Plus, it's fun. And I learned to do this when I was a small child, about 11, 12 years old. My mother cooked a lot, and I got the Chef Boyardee mix, and then it hit me that you can buy the raw ingredients and you can go industrial with it. So what you need is flour, yeast, and water. And if you wanna, you can put in a little bit of oil. Oh, and you have to put in a little bit of sugar. Okay? So, but one word about yeast. You're gonna get ripped off if you go buy some yeast. Cut the camera for a minute. Sorry I didn't have all the props. Now, if you buy your yeast in a larger container like this, it's a lot cheaper and economical. If you buy a little packet, but if you buy it this way, it's like at least 10 times cheaper. And we have found this same yeast in a store here called Rainbow Grocery in Atlanta, and it's only $3.39 a pound. And so we bought all this yeast here for 88 cents, and that's enough to last you forever. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. And what I did was I put all the ingredients in here already, and just as the tape started, you saw, you know, the proportions of the ingredients, so we won't have to go over that. So I want to show you how to put in the water, mix it, knead it. Now, if you have a bread machine, just go ahead and use a bread machine. That's good because it will on the dough cycle, it will make it rise. You don't have any problem with this. You actually have to keep it warm for, you know, an hour or two, which means putting it in a sink with some hot water, or stick it into an oven that's been turned off. So here we go. I'm going to pour all this water in here, and we're going to mix it up. And don't worry about if you don't get exactly the right amount of water. If it's too dry, you can add some more water, and if it's too wet, you can add some more flour. So, you know, don't get paranoid about that. Okay, we're going to cut the camera off now, and I'm going to come back after I get this all mixed, and we're going to knead it. Bye. Okay, we're back. We got this going together. The type of flour I'm using is kind of a mixture of whole wheat and white. When you're putting it out in a pan, if you have at least a half whole wheat, it's nice. It spreads out easily. It kind of come back like rubber. And like this is a good brand. You can get it at Whole Foods. You can grind your own wheat. So what you do with this, you just want to knead it for a couple of minutes until it's nice and smooth. The longer you knead it, actually, the better. You know, one time I was going to a national retreat in the early 70s. We stopped in Memphis where everybody was congregating there. There's a bunch of people. They had a health food store that they were operating, and we decided that I was going to cook pizza for everybody. And we got a couple ice chests, you know, to incubate the dough in and everything. And they got a bunch of cheese and stuff, and I made pizzas for everybody. And the next year, the next annual convention, stopped into Memphis again, and some of the same people were there the year before, and they said, "Oh, hi, we remember you. You're the pizza man." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm the pizza man." But another funny thing that happened, I used to live in the Joggerty in the ashram in Atlanta in about 1977, where I met a brother Dale. He's the person who does a narration in the Valdez, Alaska tape. It's on my set of videos. Really nice guy. We went up to visit him recently, but in 1982, I went to visit him in Hawaii. And when we were together in Atlanta, there in Joggerty, we used to love to go to this place called Athens Pizza, right next door to where you get the yeast. And so what I did was I went over there and bought a large pizza just before the airplane took off and put it in my suitcase and took the thing all the way from Atlanta to Hawaii. And so I'm over there and with Dale the first day, and we're like, well, what do you want to eat for dinner? And I said, why don't we get some Athens pizza, man? That'd be good. He said, well, there's no Athens pizza in Hawaii. And I said, yeah, there is. And I opened my suitcase, and there it was. So we're ready now to take this dough and let it rise. And I always like to maybe take a little bit of olive oil and coat it with olive oil so it doesn't dry out on the surface. And throw it in there, cover it. We're going to let it rise for a couple hours, and in the meantime I'm going to saute some peppers. I'm not going to show you that, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to have some artichoke hearts, some black olives on it. So next time I see you, we'll be cooking pizza. Bye-bye. I'm going to sit it right there in the sun and let it rise. I think it'll be hot enough there. Saute peppers and a little olive oil. Smells good. Black olives, artichoke hearts, mozzarella, Mexican mix, and queso blanco. Well, the camera people are leaving me, but the dough is rising. Queso blanco.